morning, dear student. Today's topic is digestion in grass eating animals, and we have already discussed about the digestion in human beings. So we will discuss about the digestion in grass eating animals, and the grass eating animals are also known as the herbivores. And you have might seen the herbivores are sitting alone, like cows, buffaloes and goats. They are sitting alone and they are just chewing something. Even nothing is in front of them. ओके कुछ भी उनके सामने खाने को नहीं रखा होता है, फिर भी वो क्या करती रहती हैं, च्यूइंग करती रहती हैं. सो व्हाट इज़ द प्रोसेस? दिस प्रोसेस इज़ नोन एज द रूमिनेशन. ओके, एंड फ्रॉम वेयर दिस वर्ड केम, कहाँ से ये वर्ड आया रूमिनेशन? आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू. ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल the grass eating animals just have the compound stomach, and there are the 4 parts in the stomach. That is, first part that is rumen, second part that is reticulum, third part omasum, and fourth part that is abomasum. Means the stomach is compound stomach. There are the 4 parts. In the human beings there is only one stomach, there is no chambers. Okay, and in the case of the herbivores there are the 4 chambers in the stomach. Okay, and the name of the chambers are rumen, reticulum, omasum, abomasum. So when they quickly gather the food, they means the grass eating animals or the herbivores, they quickly gather the food, and food goes inside the rumen, and inside the rumen the partial digestion takes place. When the food comes in the rumen, there are the certain bacteria which are not present in the body of human beings. वो हमारी बॉडी में प्रेजेंट नहीं होते हैं. दैट्स वाई वी कांट डाइजेस्ट द सेलुलोज. Okay, so in the case of the herbivores, there are the certain bacteria inside the rumen which are responsible for the digestion of the cellulose of the food. Cellulose is a type of the carbohydrate. Okay, so digestion of the cellulose takes place in the rumen, and after the partial digestion of the food is known as the cud. Okay, so cud returns from the rumen. The food goes into the second chamber for the further digestion, and after that food goes into the mouth of the herbivore for the retrieving. And food means that is a partially digested food from the rumen, that is known as the cud. This is known as the cud. The cud returns in the mouth of the herbivore in the form of small lumps for the retrieving, and when the cud returns in the mouth, the herbivore just properly chews the food, and after that it goes into the third chamber, and after that in the fourth chamber complete digestion takes place over there, and for the absorption the food goes into the small intestine. Okay, so from where the word ruminantes came? From the rumination. What is meaning of rumination? From the rumen, just cud returns in the mouth for the retrieving, and the process of the retrieving is known as the rumination. The process of retrieving is known as the rumination. Got it? So that's why these animals are called as the ruminants. So there is the 3-mark question, that is, what do you understand by the ruminants? And there is a 1-mark question, what is the meaning of cud? Okay, got it? The second topic which we will discuss today is the nutrition in amoeba, and it is the last topic of the chapter. And you know that amoeba is a microscopic organism. Why we are just calling the amoeba as organism? Because the single cell, it is having only one cell. Okay, and it is known as the organism. Why? Because it just perform all the activities which an organism can perform, like reproduction, like digestion, like excretion, okay, like respiration. These are the activities which the organism perform. Okay, and it can perform these activities, that's why it is kept in the category of the organism. Inside our body there are lots of cells. There are the millions, billions, trillions cells. Okay, but they are known as cells because they can't perform these activities. हमारी cells जो होती हैं वो ये सारी activities को perform नहीं कर सकती हैं. Okay, they are only assembling, and they can form the organ. After that organ system, cells assemble, tissues assemble, organ assemble, organ system, and organ system assemble organism. Okay, so only they are cells, and in the case of amoeba it can perform all the functions, so they are known as the organism. Okay, so we are just going to discuss about the process of the nutrition. So there are the 5 steps in the process of nutrition I have told you. So in the case of amoeba, also there is the process of ingestion. So amoeba, first of all, where it lives, amoeba is a microscopic single-celled organism found in the ponds, pools and ditches. It constantly changes its shape by pushing out one or more finger-like projection called the pseudopodia. Okay, it is pseudopodia. What is the meaning of pseudopodia? It is made up of the 2 words, that is pseudo and podia. Pseudo means false, pseudo means false, and podia means feet, that is false feet, and it is used for locomotion, and it is also used for capturing of the food, means ingestion. Okay, so pseudopodia is used for the movement of the amoeba, means इससे move करता है amoeba, and it is also used for the locomotion, movement of the amoeba. Okay, so the ingestion takes place in the amoeba by the pseudopodia, and it just lives in the ditches, I have told you, and it just forms a pseudopodia. So there is the 1 mark question, what do you understand by the pseudopodia? Okay, what is the need of pseudopodia? What is the importance of pseudopodia? So you have to write down, pseudopodia is used for the locomotion, or you can say movement, and the capturing of the food or ingestion. Okay, so all the processes of nutrition are performed by the single cell of amoeba. एक cell जो amoeba है, amoeba is only one cell. Amoeba क्या है? It is only one cell, but it can perform all the functions. So we are just going to discuss only about the digestion in this chapter. हम लोग सिर्फ digestion के बारे में यहाँ discuss करेंगे. Okay, because this chapter belongs to the nutrition. So amoeba eats teeny microscopic plants and animals as the food which float on the water in which it lives. When an amoeba finds a suitable organism, it just pushes out 2 or more pseudopodia around the organism. जो ऑर्गेनिज्म होता है, जो उसका प्रे होता है, उसके अराउंड 2 pseudopodia फॉर्म करता है वो, एंड आफ्टर दैट what happens, gradually the tips of the pseudopodia fuse with each other in this way. They just fuse with each other and the food is engulfed inside, like this. The food is engulfed inside. Okay, so as a result the food is engulfed with a little surrounding water because it lives in water to form a food vacuole inside it. Okay, so after that ingestion takes place. After ingestion, the digested food, okay, what will happen? Digestion. So how the digestion takes place? Digestion कैसे होता है? Digestion takes place, the enzymes from the surrounding cytoplasm, it is only one cell, there are the no organs inside the pseudopodia. इसकी बॉडी में ऑर्गन्स तो होते नहीं हैं, ठीक है, लाइक अस कि वो स्टमक में जाएगा, फिर इंटेस्टाइन में जाएगा, सो देयर आर द एसोसिएटेड ग्लैंड, कुछ भी नहीं है, ओनली वन सेल. सो देयर इज द इनसाइड द सेल देयर इज द साइटोप्लाज्म न्यूक्लियस एंड इट इज सराउंडेड बाय द सेल मेम्ब्रेन. ठीक है, इतनी ही चीज़ें होती हैं. तो इन द साइटोप्लाज्म देयर आर द means there are the certain digestive juices. So what will happen? The digestive juices just comes inside the food vacuole. Okay, the enzymes just comes inside the food vacuole, and after that the digestion takes place. Food vacuole के अंदर digestion हो गया, and after that what will happen? Absorption takes place. Okay, the food. Okay, the food of the amoeba, when it is digested, when it comes in the simplest form, it is absorbed inside the cytoplasm. कहीं और तो जाना नहीं है, there is no intestine, so it is just absorbed in the surrounding cytoplasm. And after that the undigested food, okay, the undigested food remains assimilation. Okay, sorry, assimilation, the digested food absorbed by the cytoplasm, it is stored or utilized for its growth, development, multiplication and release of the energy. And the 5th process, that is the egestion. How the egestion takes place? Egestion takes place, okay, the undigested food get collected inside the, it is just get collected inside the vacuole, and after that the cell membrane ruptures at any place and the undigested food is just thrown outside from the body by the vacuole. That is the egestion. Okay, so there are the 5 steps also in the case of nutrition in amoeba, that is the ingestion, there is the ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. Okay, ingestion takes place, this is the most important question. Ingestion takes place by the pseudopodia, and not for only ingestion, the pseudopodia is used for the movement of the amoeba. Okay, so there is the 5 mark question. comes in the exam. Write down the nutrition in amoeba. What do you understand by the nutrition in amoeba, and describe the process of the nutrition in amoeba. So there is the 1 mark question also, pseudopodia. It is the most important topic of the chapter, or you can say topic. Okay, most important point of the topic, that is the pseudopodia. Okay, we are just going to discuss about the extra topics of the chapter. There is a topic, the discovery of working of stomach. How the working of the stomach discovered. Okay, so the working of the stomach was discovered by a strange accident. Okay, you can say incident or you can say accident. So it was an accident. A man named Alexis Saint Martin was accidentally hit by a shotgun in 1822. The bullet had seriously damaged his abdomen and made a hole. Okay, and made a hole in his stomach. He was brought to an American doctor, William Beaumont. Martin survived, but the doctor could not close the hole properly. Means वो survive तो कर गया, मगर वो जो hole था, doctor was unable to close the hole. उसने hole को क्या किया, as it is छोड़ा और उसके ऊपर bandage कर दिया. It was left bandaged. Okay, so means doctor could not close the hole properly and left it bandaged. So Dr. Beaumont took it at a great opportunity. उनके पास एक बहुत अच्छी opportunity थी. ठीक है, क्या opportunity थी? To see inside the stomach through the hole and observe the digestive process. So he began to perform experiment on the digestion. Okay, on the digestive process, he began to perform experiments on the digestion using Martin's stomach without giving any discomfort to him, and made some wonderful observations. Okay, so what was the observations? Okay, what was the observation? By seeing inside the stomach, okay, through the hole. So Beaumont found that the stomach was churning the food, means stomach was churning the food, and its walls secrete a fluid which could digest the food. And third one, he also observed that the end of the stomach opens into the intestine only after the digestion of the food inside the stomach is completed. Means there was 3 observations. Means 3 observations थे उसके, क्या थे? Beaumont found that the stomach was churning the food and its wall secretes the fluid. You know that fluid means the digestive juices or gastric juices that contains the mucus, the HCl and pepsin. Okay, and he also observed that the end of the stomach opens into the intestine only when the digestion of the food inside the stomach is completed. Means कि जो स्टमक है उसकी जो वॉल्व है, ओके, जो उसकी वॉल्व है वो तभी ओपन होगी इंटेस्टाइन में जब स्टमक के अंदर का डाइजेशन कंप्लीट हो चुका होगा. मीन्स कि HCl अपना वर्क कर चुका होगा, पेप्सिन अपना वर्क कर चुका होगा. आफ्टर दैट, ओके, आफ्टर दैट द काइंड लीव्स द स्टमक एंड गोज इनसाइड द इंटेस्टाइन. ओके, the next topic is diarrhea. Okay, what is diarrhea? Means sometimes consumption of the unclean water or the dirty food results in diarrhea. Okay, so what is diarrhea? Diarrhea is an infection of the intestine and involves the passage of watery stool very frequently. Okay, when somebody is infected by the water or by consumption of the infected food, okay, which is infected by the bacteria, so what will happen after that? The person needs to pass the watery stool very frequently. This condition is known as the diarrhea. This leads to the loss of water and useful salts from the body and can cause the dehydration. Okay, it can be fatal under the severe conditions. Means अगर situations बिगड़ जाए, ज़्यादा पास होने लग जाए वाटरी स्टूल, तो क्या होता है? इट कैन बी फेटल. जो पर्सन है वो अनकॉन्शियस हो सकता है, कभी कभी उसकी डेथ हो जाए. इट लीड्स टू डेथ, मीन्स उसकी डेथ भी हो सकती है अंडर सीवियर कंडीशंस अगर उसको क्योर नहीं किया गया. ओके, सो अंडर द सीवियर कंडीशन इट कैन बी फेटल एंड इट कैन नॉट बी अवॉइडेड. ओके, सो you can do the how we can prevent the dehydration, okay, and the loss of the salt. It can be avoided by giving the patient plenty of the boiled and cooled water with a pinch of salt and sugar dissolved in it, and this is called the oral rehydration solution. And we can buy the oral rehydration solution or ORS, which are just we can just buy from the medical shops. हम मेडिकल शॉप से भी बाय कर सकते हैं. अगर हम मेडिकल शॉप्स के आसपास नहीं रहते हैं, हमारे पास टाइम नहीं है, तो वी कैन मेक इट एट द होम. हाउ वी कैन मेक द ORS एट होम? We have to take the plenty of the water. You can take a 1 glass full of water, and you have to take a spoonful of sugar and add a pinch of salt and just shake it well, and after that you have to take the water, okay, in a small quantity, in small amount of the solution you can take, okay. So आफ्टर दैट यू हैव टू गो टू द डॉक्टर. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये ट्रीटमेंट है आपका. यू कैन टेक, दैट इज़ द मीन्स कि इट इज़ प्राइमरी प्रोटेक्शन, ओके. सो आफ्टर दैट यू हैव टू गो टू द डॉक्टर.